Hey guys, this is Katie with Credit Innovation Group, and I am going to show you how to fill in and use your cash flow accelerator. First of all, you want to log into your portal and click Become Debt Free on Cash Flow Accelerator. This will pop open your dashboard. Give it a second to load in your information, and you'll come to this page. All right, now the best use of Cash Flow Accelerator is to enter the debt that you wish to pay off, and it will give you an order in which you can do that. Now, I love to show people that this is a better idea than debt settlement. So debt settlement is when you negotiate down, or a company usually negotiates down your amount that you need to pay off, and then you pay a certain amount to that company, and the company settles those accounts and pays your debtors. That wrecks your credit for a minimum of 7 years. So in order for that to not become the credit nightmare it is, I always like to show people that there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you can plan out your debts and make your minimum payments, it's a huge start. So let's start putting in some debt. Now this is from one of our consumers credit reports. So first of all, go to My Debt Accounts, hit Add New Debt. The more information you fill in, the more effective that this is going to be for everybody, because it'll help you game plan a little bit better. So debt nickname, Capital One. This is a credit card. Current balance on this card is $299. Oh no, sorry, it's $86. The highest balance, meaning the most it's ever been on this card, is $299. The minimum payment every month is $16. The credit limit is $300, and the interest rate is 29%. Now, if you're going to use Cash Flow Accelerator to time your payments, then this is a good thing to do. But what it's really trying to say is, are we starting this payment this month or next month? So let's say that we haven't made the payment this month and leave this due date here. All of this information you can get right off of a credit report if you're not sure what that looks like. For your interest rate, you may have to look at your bank statement or call your bank, but it's very interesting to see what your interest rate is as well. If you can make sure and get this in here or even estimate it, it's really powerful when you're trying to manipulate your debt payoff plans. And I'll show you more about what that looks like. All right, first debt in, let's add another account. This is a Comenity Bank, another credit card here. Current balance is $373. Highest that it's ever been was $455. The minimum payment monthly is $25. And the credit limit is $350. Interest rate 22%, and we'll leave the due date. Okay, we got another credit card, Discover Financial Services. Current balance $658. Highest balance was at $1020. Minimum payment $23. Credit limit $1,000. Interest rate 24%, and we'll leave the due date. Okay, now we're going to add an auto loan. Auto loans are a little bit different because they don't have the same high balance versus limit, all that stuff. Current balance on this auto loan is $280.99. Highest balance, oops, sorry, I got that backwards, $279.66. Highest balance that it's been was $208.99. So this is a pretty new loan. He pays $527 a month. His credit limit and highest balance is going to be the same thing when it comes to an auto loan. Remember that an auto loan is an installment account. So when you borrow an amount from them, that amount doesn't go up and down if you're making irregular payments, the way that like a credit card can if you spend more. Interest rate on this one is 12%. Due date 2/26. Okay, and then we have one more credit card that we're going to add. Now, I've seen people with dramatically more debt than this, also dramatically less debt than this, and it all has the same effect, which is there's so much more that can be done when you have a game plan. Current balance on this card is $798. Highest balance on this card has been $918, so we've done some work there. The minimum payment every month is $30. The credit limit, $700. Interest rate, 19%. Okay, so for this particular case, these are all of the debts that he has and that he's choosing to pay every month. So 621 is what it's requiring for minimum payments. Now, here is what is very interesting. So remember, this isn't a great budget tool. This is a budget for the debt you have this month. So For example, if you know that you can make minimum payments every month on your current debt, for this person, if you know you can make $621 every single month, then you're going to be totally in the clear. We'll show you how to game plan that. If you can't make that, now we need to talk about, doing the things that are going to hurt you the very least, meaning select a number of accounts that you can keep positive, and the other accounts that you can't, you need to call your banks and work with them. We're not financial advisors, so we can't give you financial advice. We're not attorneys, we can't give you legal advice. But don't give up on everything. Make as many payments on time as you can. 30-day lates really hurt your credit. 60 and 90-day lates can start to disqualify you for a mortgage for up to 12 months. But if you can pull off this minimum budget, this minimum monthly payment, and you cannot run up these cards anymore, then it's actually a lot faster than you think. So let's say that you can make bare minimum, just $621 a month. That's what you're going to be able to do. Now, if your customer tells you, or if you know for a fact you can do $650 a month, you can put that in here, and that'll change the way that we make this plan. But for now, just make the minimum payments every single month. That's a big enough stretch, and it's a huge accomplishment. But now let's look at the payoff plan and what this looks like. So first of all, we're already seeing there's 5 active debts. You have 621 monthly budget that's going to go toward your debt, and you have 621 minimum monthly payments. Your current balance of debt here is 29,000, closer to 30,000, and your debt-free date is August of 2025. In this case, 5 years. For this person to be totally debt-free, even on their auto loan. That's huge. That's a huge game plan. That's great to be debt-free in 5 years. If you were to debt settle this stuff out, you may not pay all that much less, but you're going to suffer, your credit will suffer for at least 7 years. So you want to be careful with the debt payment plan. Anyway, let's get into it and see what the payment plan looks like. Payoff plan over here. I always like to go to debt snowball table, do a debt snowball, which is lowest balance first. This is generally how to make it happen the very fastest. So if you take lowest balance first, you're going for Capital One, Commodity, this kind of thing, and you're leaving your car for last. So same story, customer, you're making minimum payments for the first few months. Then as soon as this payment for 16 is gone, you're going to add it to your next debt. So instead of paying $25 a month every month here, you're paying $41 now for a few months. Now notice you're still only paying $621 every single month. So it's the same amount that you said you would in the first place. But now you've added some extra to this, right? So once you make, all of a sudden by February of 2021, you now have 2 cards paid off. And this 16 plus this 25 is now going to go to this account. All right, and now you're paying $64 a month off of that. Look how quickly that one pays off. All right, once that is all done, now your 16, 25, and 23 are going to go to this account. And boom, within 3 months, it's paid off. This is what a debt snowball looks like. All right, now you've paid 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts off, and you're off to your very last account, which is your auto loan. Now remember, if you're not interested in paying off your auto loan faster, then this person becomes debt-free with their credit cards in March of 2022. That's 2 years, and historically they would have settled. In this amount of time, your credit is utilized, so you have fabulous credit now because you're not maxed out on your credit accounts. And the best idea would be to refinance this auto loan because it was at 12%. All this is stuff that your credit specialist can tell you, obviously. But if you can make this kind of a game plan, you see how quickly you can climb out of the hole that you're in. And then, credit and auto loan is some of the best debt that you can get. So if you're motivated to want to pay all that off, absolutely you should do that. Strongly recommend refinancing to a lower interest rate first, and we can walk you through those steps. But at that point, if you want to do the exact same thing, now you're paying $621 a month to your auto loan, and it is paid off way sooner. The term on that loan was 84 months, and this is paid off in less than 5 years. Okay, so that is how the cash flow accelerator works. Now, let's say that you can make an additional payment somewhere. So this is called, I believe it's called a snowflake. You go to additional payments. Here we are. Okay, so they're going to ask you, let's say in the month of February, you get your tax return back and you're going to put some of it toward your debt payment. Let's say you pay $250 to your debt payments. Save snowflake. Notice what just happened here. You went from August of 2025 to July of 2025. That's including your car payment. But let's go see what that actually means on your debt snowball now. That means you're totally paid off this month. You're paid off on this card by July. We've scooted this date up all the way to May of next year. Your cards, remember this was March of 2022, your credit card debt is eliminated by November of 2021, right? And that's just if you had that much extra cash this month. Now imagine if you have extra $10 here, $20 here, $50 here, $5 here, $2 here. All of this just continues to increase and get faster. I often tell people that an auto loan is great to have on credit. Now, of course, if it's going to get in the way of your debt to income ratio for your mortgage, that's a conversation your specialist can help you navigate. But you're basically looking at being debt free, except for your auto loan, by November of 2021. And that's making minimum payments and putting extra here and there when you can. Anyway, it's really important to come in, put in your debt, see what you're dealing with, decide which debts you want to pay off, and get a game plan of how long that's going to take. And a healthy paid account is going to make all the difference when you are trying to qualify for a loan. They need to see that you don't have 30 dates on any 30-day lates on any installment accounts. They need to see that you don't have any 60 or 90-day lates on credit cards. If you do, you can age them. We can still work with them. It doesn't shut the deal down, but it sure helps to see that there's a healthy history of making your payments. It also is nice for you to look at this and realize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Is totally something you can manage, and to become debt free or even to become credit utilized is within reach. You don't have to do it all in 1 month. Rome wasn't built in a day, but payment after payment, if you can make a good game plan for it, decide what you can afford to pay off for debt in every month, and then stick to it until your debt goes away. And all of a sudden, you're going to come out feeling like credit is something that empowers you to get what you want instead of something that gets in your way. Okay, and as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to email your credit specialist, or you can email cs@creditinnovationgroup.com. We do webinars like this once in a while, so if you'd like to learn more about Cashflow Accelerator or attend a webinar, ask your credit specialist about it, and we can get you hooked up with one. Thanks a lot, guys.